Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just finished filming a video about like Camp NaNoWriMo and my year plan for projects. This video will probably come way after that, so here it is. You can go watch it if you like. That video has inspired me to do some beta reading. I tried to do this video many times. I started it, done a little bit of beta reading, but then just completely abandoned it and didn't go back to it, and just every time I filmed a clip it felt like I was filming a new video. I only did like 2.5 chapters of beta reading, so it's not like I'm super ahead of it or anything. However, I do want to get this beta reading done as quickly as possible, and so I started this vlog for another time in the hopes that I can finally get this book beta read for a very amazing and talented author. So I got this document sent to me a while back, and I feel terrible that I haven't done a lot, but today I hope to do at least to finish the chapter that I started reading, give my thoughts on that, and maybe start the 4th chapter so that I can be like a little bit ahead. But my game plan is to just finish the chapter today, and then tomorrow read like 3 chapters, and then just read 3 chapters at least every single day, so that I have a good pace going on and try and to get this done as quickly as I can. So the document is pulled up on the screen below. My bullet journal, where I'm making a little bit of my notes as I read, is here as well. I do put notes on the document straight away when I come up with things, but here it's kind of like a summary of what happens in each chapter, what I thought about the chapter, so that when I'm filling out the forms I have a better idea and understanding of what to put there. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. Just a very basic set out, but it works for me and it's fine. I'm okay with it. Okay, so I got to the point that I last read at, and to my surprise it wasn't 2.5 chapters I read, it was 2. The very first page of the 3rd chapter, but I'm ready to start reading now, so I'm just gonna read through chapter 3, which is only like 5 pages. It's 4 pages, 3.5 pages, which isn't a lot and I can definitely do right now. So I'm going to do some beta reading now. So chapter 3 has been read. It's been a little bit of a break since I last read this. However, just by reading this chapter, I was reminded by how hooked I am in this story and how I love this story already. Like, very rarely do you find a book where in the first, how many pages did I read? 19 pages, you love it immediately. Like, the writing is so good. The story, it's already set up amazingly. And 2 new characters were basically just like kind of introduced. They won't mention in passing, but just from this introduction I feel like I know them so well already, which is, I'm going to stop reading for now. I did say I might read chapter 4, but I didn't realize I had all of chapter 3 to read first. So I think what I'll just do for now is not read. Maybe I'll go back to it later tonight, but I'm going to work on a little bit of my projects for now, just so they can get a little bit of progress. However, definitely by tomorrow I'll come back and I'll do some more. I want to read at least up to chapter 6 tomorrow. Once again, if you're watching this, Cress, I apologize that this is happening so late and that the filming is a little bit later. However, I'm on a roll now. So I'll see you all the next time I read, which will be when I read chapter 4. the next day today and I'm ready to do more beta reading. As you can tell from the weather outside, it is raining, it is cloudy, and it is the perfect weather to write in because just the atmosphere is just amazing. I love like ambient sounds where it's raining or it's like water sounds. So I opened my window to listen to the rain and do some beta reading. I don't know how beta reading is gonna go today though, because all morning all I've been doing is just editing and filming, so I'm kind of in the creative mindset in terms of that and not really more like working on projects. I'm redoing my hair because I didn't like the way it looked, but seeing as though this is the first like thing of the day, first writing task of the day, I feel like I should be pretty up to the task to do it, and I hope I will be. Anyway, I am ready to do some beta reading. I've got my bullet journal right here, which I haven't updated the stats for writing yet, so I might quickly do that before reading. I've got my laptop here and I don't have the document up, but I'm bringing it up as we speak. And so I think I'm just going to do like a chapter of just silent reading, letting the ambience of a very gloomy day keep me going. Chapter 4. I filled in the form about it and I put my notes down in my bullet journal as well. So I just wanted to quickly come here and say my first few thoughts about these 4 chapters plus prologue. One thing I have to say about this is that the description in this book is just phenomenal. All the little like tidbits added in, they just really add to the book, and reading it you get immersed so easily. Like, I've taken a pretty big break between chapter 2 and chapter 3, and yet coming back and carrying on reading was like, it was really easy because I just knew exactly where I was, I knew what was going on, because everything is explained so well. And that's like one of the biggest things about this book. That's one of my favorite parts about this book already, is how well everything is described and how things like progress, so that you always like, you're pretty much aware of what's going on all the time. I already have a favorite character. Yeah, and every time I see this character's name on the page I just get a little bit more excited because I love reading about them. So I'm going to now just get, I don't know, maybe just go get some water or something. I had to close the window because not only did it stop raining, but it's also got really cold in my room, so the atmosphere isn't there anymore. So I think instead I'm going to switch it out to listen to music and just read more because I really want to read more. So I'll see you all in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to read chapter 5 now. The chapter titles in this book I love them so much. Like this one, come on, they're so good. I've just stopped giving majority of our projects chapter titles because they're so hard to do, but when they pull them off like crested, oh, I appreciate good chapter titles. I'm probably just going to like set a forest timer as well. See you all in a bit. Going to do some beta reading. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me home? Take me home. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle. Okay, so I'm officially on chapter 6, but I'm going to take this chance to just take a little bit of a break because chapter 5 was a lot. It wasn't just super long, but it also had like tons of content. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of a break, maybe switch to writing for a while. However, chapter 6 will definitely be read by the end of today. So there's still that. I also have to finish editing because a video is supposed to come out tomorrow. I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm very interested in what's going on, and I can't wait to hear more. But for now, it's break time. Hello everyone, so it is actually the next day. As you can see, there's a little change. I put stars up on this very empty wall because I've got something behind me, I've got something in front of me, but I didn't have something over here, so I put that there. So it is actually, what's the time? Almost 6 o'clock. I'm only just coming on to update. Did I do anything today? No. And the reason for this is my laptop broke. That's what happens when you've got little brothers. And so I didn't have a laptop for the majority of the day, so I got a computer instead, and that means I just spend the whole day just getting that. I cried over my loss, literally, and I have a computer right here. No beta reading done today, unfortunately. However, tomorrow is Sunday, so I'll try to make up for it on Sunday. The only thing that's different is that I won't be able to like write in other places on a computer, but I am going to try to write on my tablet, my iPad. I'm gonna try to train myself to do that, and also I might just buy like a Bluetooth keyboard so I can write when I don't want to sit here. The whole thing I want to say is that today no beta reading happened, and it probably won't happen because due to the lack of writing I did today, I want to do some writing. However, I thought it'd be good to come in with an update. And so that means the next time you see me will be Sunday and not Saturday, but hopefully everything will be fine. No more problems. It's been way too long since I came back. However, today is a bright and sunny Saturday, and as any teenager would do, I decided to stay indoors and go on my computer. I'm going to be doing some beta reading today, and I'm really excited to finally get back into this story. The document has just been pulled up, and I might do some forest sprints, like pomodoro sprints for reading, so that, you know, I don't get like too overwhelmed and I can spend just 25 minutes focusing on this only. I don't typically do pomodoros when I read because I'm the type that just likes to read in my own time, free time, do all that. But I think I'm just going to try pomodoro sprints because during the 5-minute sprints I can perhaps, I don't know, do something else, and that might help my attention stay with this longer, because typically when I'm reading something, and this has happened for quite a while now and it's something I hope to get out of, when I'm reading, I read for a little bit and then I get inspired to write because I look at the book and I'm like, oh, this could be me someday. So I go onto my own documents and I do writing, or I procrastinate, and I don't end up reading a lot. So perhaps if I trick myself into believing I'm also getting writing done, I might stay reading for longer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. My plan is to read to the bottom of this page to try and get to chapter 9. Here is the Pomodoro tracker I did. It's got the sprint and obviously it's 25 minutes, so I just numbered them. The break, I decided to go 10 minutes for the first one to make that plan work when I want to do some writing. Pages read, words, and then total. I like tracking total as well because I don't know, I like seeing numbers go up, I guess. I am going to be doing some writing as well. I decided that's definitely going to happen because I don't know, it's a good way to do both things. However, my Pomodoro energy will be going towards beta reading. So I don't know how long my Pomodoros are going to be centered for beta reading, but I have 6 sprints on here. That's like almost 3 hours. If 2 is 50 minutes, then it's like roughly 3 hours or close to 3 hours. Anyway, I have my tracker here. I've got now the final thing to do is go on the chapter I need to read and actually do some reading. Had an outfit change because I had to go out and do something, but we are now back and ready to continue. I forgot to do the Pomodoro sprint timer anyway before I left, so I'm just not going to count that, and I'm just going to quickly do that now so that I can actually remember to do a Pomodoro sprint. It's been a while since I came and filmed something. I completely forgot to come back in the previous clip because I was filming something else at the same time, so I guess in my head I did carry on filming. I just forgot I didn't film anything but this, and I'm now on chapter 17, and by the end of today I want to be at chapter 24. And I also reached Act 2, meaning we're really getting into this story. And I'm so excited because so much is being set up and so much was left off in Act 1 that I need to see what happens next. So the plan for today is to just get to chapter 24, hopefully a little bit more ahead if I'm feeling up to it, and also probably write, though that won't be included in this video obviously. But let me just talk about what I think about the story for now, because I don't think I did yet. So far, one of my favorite things about this is the description. Everything is written so well, and like everything is just so meticulously described that you can really put yourself in the scene and you can see what's going on like you're one of these characters. So that's something I really like, and I feel like I comment on this a lot because the description is just great in this. Like, I don't know, it's just really good, really good. I also like the character dynamics between a few of the characters. Some of them I like better than the others. I think that's just because we don't get as much page time with them as other characters, but yeah, I definitely do have a favorite character dynamic, and I do have a favorite character, and I feel like if anyone read this story they'd immediately be able to pick out what character is my favorite just based on the sort of characters I write as well. Another thing I like is the fact that it's not set in one place and they constantly move around. I really like that because personally I've always wanted to write a story that's set like somewhere else, which is why my fantasy series is going to be set in Paris as well. But yeah, I really like how this is set in more than one place, and it's really fun just exploring these different places with these characters, so I think that's pretty fun. So I think I'm just gonna get into reading. I don't really have much else to say other than the fact I want to read up to up to chapter 24. I don't know whether that's Act 3 or if it's still Act 2, but either way, chapter 24 is like the minimum I want to be at today. And then if I want to carry on reading, which I probably will since the story is just great, I will, but I also want to add in writing today, so who knows. I'm just going to get on to chapter 17. This is not chapter 17. And read up until like chapter 20 maybe, and then come back with an update. So I'll see you all soon. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. A castle in the sky. Won't you take me home? Take me home. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Okay, so I'm in another room and my makeup is smudged. Don't mind that. Today's been a pretty busy day. I started a different vlog, so I was just kind of focusing on that. However, I did get to beta reading and I'm now on chapter 21 actually, which is just crazy. And I said I want to be at chapter 24 by the end of the day. So I think I can definitely do that. It definitely can get to chapter 24 and we're really getting into the story. A lot's going on. I'm super invested and a scene happened and I was super happy that scene happened. So as one is. Actually reading on my iPad and commenting and things like that on my iPad, and it's working out really nicely because I can just relax and spend time on my iPad, and because like I'm on my iPad I can't really go on different documents and do different stuff on different documents, so I'm kind of forced to stay in one document, and that's a good thing because then the temptation to write isn't as prevalent because I'm forced to be in one document. But it's not like I would need to be forcing myself to read when this story is just... It's crazy to think that this story was written by someone so young because the author is pretty young, because this is like masterpiece level. I feel like this is something schools will be reading in the future because it's just written so well. Sorry about the lighting being so bad. If I turn the light on, it'll be like super yellow and super bad, and it is starting to get dark outside, so like lighting isn't the best, but we deal with what we've got, so that's fine. How did LMAO get corrected to Omar? Perks of reading on an iPad. I took a little bit of a break and I'm ready to start reading the final 2 chapters, and I'm actually debating whether I want to go back to my computer. I know I said it's like a little bit better for me to sit on my iPad and do it because I can't switch to other documents, but at the same time I kind of just want to like go to my computer. I don't know why, I feel more productive when I'm at my computer. I know it's not like I am more productive if I'm on my computer or something, I don't know, it just makes me feel like I am. So I think I'm gonna go sit on my computer. It's really noisy in my room because there are people in there, so I probably will just only get b-roll and not really talk. But I'm going to get to chapter 24 today, for sure. So I think I'm going to go now and go on my computer. Okay. Hi everyone. So today is actually the last day of June, meaning the last day I have for beta reading. However, I'm happy to report that I'm officially on chapter 30 and there are only 32 chapters. So I have 30, 31 and then 32 to read. And then I'm done, like completely done with this book, and let me just say that so much has happened and I'm just shocked with everything that's happening, in a good way, of course. I do make comments every once in a while when I pick up on something or when I think like something's particularly relatively big and I want to comment on it, I do. But I am getting sucked into this story so fast, so easily. It's hard to remember sometimes that I'm beta reading, so I'm actively trying to put into my head that I need to look for feedback rather than just reading. Before I actually go back to reading, I have to fill out the forms because I was reading on my phone and so I didn't want to switch back and forth every 2 seconds, and so I have to do the forms now. But I will finish today. I will definitely finish today. And I'm a bit scared for what's going to happen because so much is set up. Something really big just happened at the end of chapter 29, which has got me shook. But yeah, I only have those 3 chapters to read, and then I have to wait until the amazing author Cress writes the second book and I can wait to read, hopefully, the second book as well. There's a lot on my mind currently, and when I do finish reading I will give like an overall viewpoint on the book, obviously when I gather my thoughts, which might take a while. So yeah, as I said, now I'm just going to do the forms quickly, then I'm going to read chapter 30, 31 and 32, and when I finish beta reading I'll come back. Hi, it's been longer than I would have hoped it would have been between then and this update. However, for the past few days I've been struggling with such a bad migraine that I just couldn't do anything, and now I still have remnants of it, but I can actually do things. So yeah, welcome to the final part of this video where I talk about like one of the best books I read this year. I'm going to talk about what I really liked, and then bits that I wouldn't say I dislike because I like the whole thing, but things that I think could be worked on to make the book even better. As I already mentioned, the description in this book is great. I don't even need to say anything more. I think from throughout the entire video I was just talking about how amazing it is, because it really is. It really is very good. And there was this repeating mention of something that wasn't like right in your face, but you knew what it meant, if that makes sense. Like it was just a reference to something that was carried throughout, and I thought that was really good in terms of theme. And then, and like I also mentioned, character dynamics and just character development in general. You could see the way their arcs panned out across the entire book, and you can also see how they can continue to develop, which is really good. And the plot twist at the end, wow. And the things that I think could be worked on a little bit more aren't many things. One thing is very like surface level, not just formatting, but from what I know, this was formatted from Scrivener, so obviously transferring it into Google Docs is, you know, it took a little bit more work, so I understand, and formatting isn't a big deal, doesn't affect the plot, but I'm very nitpicky like that. Another thing is that the main character at parts, I found it hard to root for her because some of the things she did were questionable, and some of the things she did seemed a little out of character, which I did mention a few times. But, you know, I could see where she was coming from. It was just sudden for me, and I didn't see the development where she would become like that. The first half of the book was quite a slow introduction, which I understand why you want to introduce everything and make sure the readers catch on, but it just felt slow compared to the second half where everything was like super high paced. I understand why it was like that. It was just, I don't know, the difference is quite vast. So I think that's one of the biggest things that stood out to me as well. I really enjoyed this book. This book was absolutely great. I enjoyed it. The author is very talented, and I really did enjoy this, even though it took me forever to read. If it was on Goodreads, I'd definitely give it 5 stars because it's just amazing. Thank you, Cress, for letting me beta read, and thank you guys for watching this video. I hope to have another video out soon, but that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!